All right, ladies and gents, welcome back live here into the grand finals of the BTS Pro Series Americas. Quincy Crew versus 4Zoomers, now in a 2-1 situation. Championship point for Quincy Crew. One thing that is worth mentioning here is that Yawar is struggling from power outage. He does not have power. He has no internet right now. Quincy Crew have to take a stand-in for this game 4. Hopefully Yawar will get his internet back and his power back for game 5, potentially, unless they can win with this stand-in. We have Costabil coming as the stand-in player for Quincy Crew.
Like, pretty impressive player in his own right, but I gotta say that's still I almost wanted to say downgrade, and it is, because you're not playing with the guy who got you this far, and it just makes a really big difference for the team chemistry, especially because you now have a guy for who English is not his first language, nor something that he communicates in that often, really. So let's see how that goes for them. I still think that if they get the upper hand in the draft, and especially in the lanes, Quincy Crew can just play this out like we've seen them before. But if 4Zoomers get another one of those games where they get to make plays, then they might just take this to the full 5 games.
Quincy get to secure Enchantress for themselves as the first pick, and Nature's Prophet will go for 4Zoomers. And the ban list, we have the Shaker taken rid of, the Terrorblade on the Co-op that have already made a lot of appearances during this series, so all of those are out. Also the Void Spirit by 4Zoomers.
And the Shaker this time.
Shifting a little bit with the bans.
Yeah, because Death Prophet hasn't been touched for a while now. And that's interesting, because she's still a first phase pickup for at least 4Zoomers. And I think Quincy Crew also likes that hero. I've seen Quinn have some amazing games on it. But right now, into Nature's... Oh, they're going for the Pango.
Do you like the Pango pick?
Yeah, this just really reduces the chances of this being a Nature's Prophet core. Bat Rider, I mean, it was bound to happen at some point, right? This Bat Rider kept getting banned in the middle phase of the draft. Jaren not getting his hands on his beloved hero, but now they give 2 heroes that it's pretty good against, especially because you can just get the Pango, even if he's in his ult, and tag him along.
Hurry.
Yep, very, very true. I like the Bat pick.
Yeah, the Pango, with how easily he bursts down groups of creeps, especially Treants, as well as the fact that you can always get the disarm on that Nature's Prophet, makes it just very unattractive to make this a core right-clicking NP. So most likely support NP looking for a medallion pickup or something like that instead. Going to see if 4Zoomers feels the same as I do, though.
Well, second phase bans, Bloodseeker will go out. Seeker hasn't really been around a lot, but at least a direct counter towards the Pangolier, so understandable at least having one hero that could basically ruin one or several heroes' games when they're all put together.
And she isn't that fond of it either. The massive pure damage in the silence is a pretty big problem for her.
What else are we potentially going to see with the Ursa banned out?
5 seconds remain.
That's...
Is there something from the previous game? Something from the previous game potentially that could be banned?
Thinking about the Troll Warlord again, because I do think that 4Zoomers could have taken that with the Troll. But taking right-clickers into the Pango just feels bad no matter what. So you want to have at the very least like a mixed damage core, someone who can also still do things while being disarmed. So I would think, if I say mixed damage, I think about the Gyrocopter, I think about the Luna, I think about Morphling, although Morphling has a bit of a long build-up. I don't like it as much.
Radiance ban.
Yeah, and I think Zoomers are just targeting heroes that would make the Bat Rider's lasso go away. At least the LC.
Dire's ban.
LC is not really the most favored one, I think, right now. Like, that's definitely been the Abaddon. Again, maybe with how EGs kind of fell flat on their face with the Abaddon, they're looking for something. They're saying, alright, the LC is more likely. They don't see Quincy Crew pick
10
it
seconds
from
to
Oracle.
pick.
At the same time, could be a defensive ban for a
5
possible Brood
seconds.
Mother, because
Hurry,
even though
hurry.
this is Monkey's Forever signature Bad Rider, the Brood's also still in the pool. And we know he's not afraid to pick that up against counters. So even though the Pango is in the game, who knows?
Well, we still have room for potential supports on Quincy Crew's side if they don't end up going core with this Pango. So they definitely could have room for a pause 4. Unless Pango decides to be 3 and then have a 4 pick open, which will definitely come out next. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason why they're not banning Venge, for example, is because of that reason, that there's no room for an... All right, we got a Tiny. Been a while.
It has been a while indeed. I mean, support core flex. I think this is also one of the heroes that still does very
Only
well with
10
the Echo Saber,
seconds.
for example. Monkey King has definitely been nerfed just because his
5 seconds.
clones don't get it anymore.
Hurry.
But Tiny still does in every single way profit from it. Plus, you like Shadow Blade as well. And yeah,
So
this is burst damage. This is outplay potential. This is what we want to see from 4Zoomers, and it's something entirely different than Quincy Crew has to think now. I have to think now. If they want to run the Spango core, I could still see something like a Kotl be extremely strong versus all of these.
Do you think we're going to put Tiny as a support?
I think the Tiny is most likely a core in any of the 3 lanes. It's like he doesn't have any attack speed whatsoever.
Well, you can build attack speed with Wraith Bands. He also likes the armor that it gives.
It's true, there's
They still go for the Vengeful Spirit, okay. Swap to break the lasso.
As well as these just strong aura builds that have been coming out. Still see people going Dominator. I'm not sure if she'll do that with an Ench on the team, but we'll have to see. And
10 seconds to pick.
I guess it might be a bit more right-clicky instead, or it might be
5
support, depending on the Pango,
remain.
because I do really like Pango with Vlads. I think that's always been a great pickup for him, and now especially.
Trying to see if there's something that 4Zoomers want to bring out from their previous drafts. Since Tiny is completely unique here, we have the Bad Rider to focus on. Either the cores or just the Pangolier to take him away. You can also quickly blow up Enchantress. They don't get the opportunity to turn the Vengeful Spirit on their side unless they would go for a Chen, but I mean, I don't think the Chen even actually can. The Enchantress can, though. But with a Riki core, it is starting to feel like this Tiny is put into a core position and put Nature's Prophet as a support. But I don't know, this could still go any way.
Storm Spirit.
That's a bold pick into a Riki, honestly.
Yeah, I guess if they split the fights around, then maybe the Storm Spirit won't have to worry about the Riki.
Yeah, and he's probably counting on the Venge to swap him out, but that's 2 jobs for the Venge now.
Only 10 seconds.
Storm can't deal with a core Tiny either.
Dyer's ban.
But I guess it's just Quincy Crew's idea to just keep the Tiny away from us.
Yeah, at the very least, they are going for a lot of outplay potential here as well. And this is not a hero that is bothered by, for example, a support Nature's Prophet TPing in.
Only 10 seconds.
At least not after level 6.
5 seconds.
You think Storm Spirit's gonna be the championship pick?
Radiance
ban.
Not yet. I'm concerned about the Riki. Like, the problem here is that I'm not a fan of the Riki either. I think it's too slow, needs too much build-up for a hero that also doesn't win his lane. Like, either you win your lane and you snowball from there, or you have, like, you don't win your lane, but you get a good,
10
you know,
seconds
farming
to pick.
pickup after you farm the jungle, and then you start recovering.
5
And Riki
seconds
doesn't really
remain.
do either. You'll always have to get active somewhere before you really want to. And that just feels rough.
Dyer's banned.
Necrophos will be banned. They also have the DK, another Weaver too. So 4Zoomers. What's Quincy Crew missing? Safe lane?
Yeah, for Quincy Crew, you're probably looking for a safe lane. Right clicker, something that works well with Venge. They could still go for the Luna, but that feels very fragile into a Tiny. I don't think you actually want to do that. And I've said before, I'd like it if they got like a solid core to build their team fight around. I thought the Ursa worked out really well. So maybe they can go for, I don't know.
I feel Visage.
You feel Visage for Quincy Crew?
Yep.
Visage lane is so rough, but if you park him opposite to Ricky, I guess both of them can sort of sit there and feel sorry about their base damage.
Yeah, it's true. Or Abaddon carry is one that just doesn't care about the Bat Rider if Bat's going off lane.
Yeah. And
But
Storm Ava is a classic.
Could work. Let's see if they want to go for it. Abaddon has been making appearances lately. It could be a reliable carry in a sense. Very difficult to play with, but doable. But if they want to, do they want to go for range? Is Pango and Storm enough for a front line?
Yeah, I mean, if you have an Abaddon, that's a lot of front line as well, and you really enable these playmakers on your team to play more. I could see it, but oh, Phantom Lancer.
I think they're
Screw once again with a little bit more greedy lineup.
They're trying to force this Tiny to go core. They have the best way to deal with this Phantom Lancer. Otherwise 4Zoomers might have a problem of running out of damage to clear out the PL. If we're going later into the game where PL becomes very tanky, very difficult to spot the right one. And since 4Zoomers have already banned the Ursa, Ursa's like one of the best against Phantom Lancer. If he hit the right guy, the Furious Swipes will be tagged on him for forever, basically. Until it actually runs out in the debuff. So he will always find the right one. But they banned it second phase. I think PL's counters are kind of missing here.
You could definitely still out-tempo him, I think, if you... Let me see what's possible, because you have a Nature's Prophet, you have a Tiny.
Go all in Meepo. Okay, Grimstroke's so support. So yeah, they're forcing this Tiny most likely to be core. No, Tiny's actually support. So mid NP, carry Ricky?
Mid NP. Well, at the very least, that does not put the NP up against the Pango early on.
And Grimstroke works as a counter versus the Pangolier, but it also works as a counter to against the Phantom Lancer.
Yep. Especially the ultimate is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, so as soon as you throw the ultimate on anyone, if PL, the right hero, is around, it will latch onto him, preventing him from using Doppelganger. And you also locate the right one to hit.
Yeah, and this Grimstroke pick also enables Ricky, so you'll actually, like, in that awkward moment where I said before, you'll actually get to do something with the Ricky just because you can pop Inkswell on him and have a lot of extra stun duration when you jump. You can save the Smoke Cloud a little bit longer for when they come out of the stun and then keep on hitting them anyway. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see Costabile going with the Phantom Lancer and standing in for Yawar, who is still suffering from... power outage. Let's see if he is gonna return maybe later, but if they can win the championship here, like with the stand-in coming into game 4, you got a fresh player coming into the tournament and into the series. It could be just what you need, a little refreshment. But 4Zoomers is definitely not an easy opponent to go up against. Kips, who are you going with? We're gonna see Quincy crowned champion, or 4Zoomers tie it up and go 5th?
Like, I'm going to pretend that that's actually a war over there, and I'm going to say Quincy Crew. I think that in spite of this being a good Ricky lineup for what it is, I just don't like the Ricky enough. Especially not if he feels the need to go anti-Phantom Lancer and go Battle Fury or something like that. I would really, really dislike seeing that, because their option is to out-tempo it, otherwise they lose.
Well, it comes down to maybe the most important match here for 4Zoomers. Can they pull it off? I'm going to jump into their sledge. And this Grimstroke on Husky if they can kill this this Phantom Lancer, if they can keep the Pango when he ults, get the Grimstroke ulti connected to someone, he won't move anywhere. Doesn't provide a threat anymore to their team. So wonder if it's gonna be enough. But I feel like Husky with this Grimstroke pick might just pull off the tie here, and we're gonna see a game 5. But let's see. Are we gonna go there or not? They are going for an interesting 4-man smoke move here. They have an Ops Ward on the Tiny, so they can get some deep vision out right away. Nobody to be found on top, though, so this this rotation will not cover anything. Well, I mean, they won't get anything out of it. We'll get the deep vision at least. Quincy Crew are all here in the bottom area, and Quinn also gets his ward down. Maybe they could set up on the high ground and wait for someone to walk at them. They're definitely thinking about it.
See, yeah, Alelis is coming up. But he would still have an escape. He's already got it skilled as well. Yeah, he's gonna. He's like, oh. Well, because that's where they're at.
And here we go. They're gonna go for the Blink Strike with the Inkswell, but the stun doesn't quite go off. Doesn't really do much there, so, well, at least they secure the bounties for themselves. It does go 3 for 1, actually, for 4Zoomers. Monkeys Forever able to grab 1 in front of Costabile.
And yeah, level 1 Inkswell is nothing impressive, really. It's just a level 1, oh, sorry, the 1 second stun.
Yeah.
But he's going to be skilling that because he's playing with the Ricky, I'm pretty sure.
We got Storm Spirit going up against Nature's Prophet in mid. Bit of a different type of matchup. Definitely a good amount of damage output on Gunnar at least. He's got the Blightstone picked up. And Quinn, could almost say that he's playing one of his signatures. Like, the Storm Spirit for him is just so good.
Definitely. I do think that the Nature's Prophet has the advantage in this matchup. Because you don't really get to burst the treants down with your static remnants. So the Storm Spirit's mostly relying on his armor here in order to survive the matchup, but he's definitely on the lower end when it comes to the ability to last hit here.
You have a bot lane with the Batrider Tiny versus the Venge PL. So you do have the Doppelganger to dispel the Napalm stacks whenever the need for it appears. That's why Monkeys Forever would like to hit level 2 first, so he could go for the Firefly right away. He hits level 2, and PL instantly walks backwards to reset the Napalm stacks before he has his level 2 for the potential Doppelganger. Does he level it up, or does he go for the Phantom Rush? Still holding on to the point.
Afraid to just get the Firefly and run at people and say, alright, you don't want to use your escape to do
he's still holding on to the point. Husky, okay, Lelis just drops a lucky shot, dropping the movement speed from the Grimstroke, so he's not able to get the catch with the Inkswell, so the first blood does go for SVG. Sammy Boy trying to find redemption. A little bit of revenge. Tricks of the trade will be enough. We'll get the kill. Lelis still teasing this Ricky.
Yeah, like he...
Getting right, that's at least up till the point where he has that, and PL will take the kill on the Batrider. So they dropped very low on HP.
He just did. He had the Firefly, he went for him.
Well, it's a risky attempt, but doesn't pay off. You still have that PL, because, I mean, the reason is he actually leveled up his Phantom Rush, so he didn't go with Doppelganger. He's just been throwing out spears, charging at him, trying to get the advantage of the movement speed above removing stacks, and then still having that Batrider on you. I think that's the ideal situation for Monkeys Forever as well, that PL wouldn't be able to trade hits against him by just forcing all of his mana to do Doppelganger. Wants to have some kind of trading potential. Well, he's 3 kills on the board and a very chill start to go with.
Very comfortable for both sides, I think. Lelis is going for a Soul Ring, and I'm really curious what kind of item build we're going to see come out from him this game. I expect it to be very support-oriented, either that Vlad's or maybe towards what we've seen before, more of a Guardian Greaves type of build.
Yeah, same time Monkeys Forever goes down in the bot lane as Sammy Boy with the Ink Swell doesn't have the vision and the range to go for the Blink Strike. But death number 2 on this Bat Rider, already two times dead for this Phantom Lancer. Costabile is really enjoying the start for him at least.
He's having a good time.
Oh, the fresh player into a series with one team already played 2 games before this one. We've had very minimal breaks too, so it's just Dota, Dota, Dota the whole time. While Lelis slowed up by Husky, not a lot of damage onto him though. There's a Hadouken creep, they're gonna try and drop Sammy Boy low. And the nuke kicks in. Lelis Shadow, he's waiting for a swashbuckle though. And this salve, he's too far away. The creep wave doesn't want to go under the tower, so he won't be able to go pop that salve at least.
In the lane.
Yell sitting on 23 last hits now. He's got the most out of Quincy Crew. Five-minute runes are spawning too, so SVG will get to secure them. Quinn tried to go take one, but Gunnar just teleported right under him, and now SVG is here too, and Gunnar just wants to make a walk out for it. We'll pop the enchant. Lelis is here too. Can they potentially kill this guy? He's got a teleport. He's gonna try and go home. Quinn's got the vortex, and there's the cancel. SVG gets the kill, and Gunnar has no way of getting back home.
Ocean arriving just a little bit too late there. That always feels bad. You knew it was going to happen, and your little stumpy legs were slowly carrying you over there, but it's just not quite enough.
I guess Gunnar was trying to calculate where the Storm Spirit's probably going to be. Is he going to come from the left side, which is the Radiant Triangle, or is he coming down from the mid side stairs?
By the way. Monkeys is trying to cut the creep wave, and
he will die for it. Yep, this is it's been repeating as a pattern. Oh man, we're missing so many kills here. Lela's getting tossed up in the air. Sammy Boy's got the damage there, and Ocean gonna finish off the job. Meanwhile, a courier from Sammy Boy actually dies. SVG gets the snipe in between the body blocks from Ocean. It's gonna be enough though. 3 seconds for the toss to be available. They're probably gonna go for this tower dive. Yes, they will. There's the toss with the blink strike. The damage is there, and an avalanche as well to follow up. And MSS can't get the stun off, and Sammy Boy still tanking the tower. He will fall. MSS gets it. He gets kill number 7 for Quincy Crew. We've got 10 kills and we've only played 6.5 minutes. We've probably missed every single death from Monkeys Forever except that last one, and at the same time there's a fight breaking loose in top. This is full mayhem. Full mayhem.
Gunnar's done laning now. He's going in for the Orchid, and he's buying just straight up Robe of the Magi first. That's a lot of damage and a lot of mana for him. After all of these Sage's masks, it feels funny to see Robe of the Magi instead. First of all, Illusion Staff complete.
Yeah.
And Monkeys has just been diving ever further.
Quinn gets to interrupt him.
Catching a break.
Yeah, Quinn was at an opportune moment at home, teleporting to the tier 2. SVG's already there, and they will get the kill. Just they're working on this on the same frequency. Sammy Boy, the jump coming from Quinn, gets the vortex. The stun from MSS is there as well. It's an invis Ricky though, manages to get to safety. Ocean toss under the tower. Sammy Boy, he's right there. The tower gets a few hits on SVG and they get the kill, but Ocean will also fall. They trade supports in the mid lane. Sammy Boy at least gets to relish on a kill, but almost ended up dying himself. Meanwhile, Husky getting some XP in top. He's already got boots ready on this Grimstroke. And Lelis is also level 6. Ulti is ready. Let's see, if there are some deep dives, then potentially the Pango will just rotate to defend and hold towers. Especially maybe this bottom tower if they decide to go on the PL. But I feel like for now, I think they're just going to leave the PL farm and try to focus on the 2 other lanes. But it just might be me. I just feel like that's the way they're going to play it. Meanwhile, Husky gets the silence onto Lelis. Inkswell might actually get the stun off before the ulti goes off, and Husky gets the kill too. Very crucial there with the silence timing. Sammy Boy Gets a bit of damage onto SVG with the tricks of the trade, and Gunner comes in. They want to secure this kill, and they will do so. Monkeys Forever actually gets the last hit with a right click. And straight to a tower push.
Radiant having unfortified structures is now we've lost Dire's courier. But
Are you muted, Kips? I've been wondering. It's very silent times here. MSS in the middle of the fight. Quinn also goes for the Vortex. And they got the lasso as well onto Quinn, but the Pango ulti finally goes off. There's an Inkswell as well used up. Quinn needs to be careful. He still gets stunned up by it, but where's the follow-up? They do get the follow-up. They jump on him, and there's still a lot of mono regen to work with, and they will keep themselves alive a bit longer, but Quinn is just dodging everything they're throwing at him right now, and Quinn, he does get hit by the tricks of the trade. SVG wants to tank a few hits, and Quinn survives with 14 HP, and there we go. Husky finishes the job with the Stroke of Fate. At the same time, Costabile gets the kill. He gets Monkeys Forever. He gets Husky's carry. He's got to find the Grim Stroke too. 5 kills on this Phantom Lancer. He is getting big.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, I was casting with you this whole time in perfect sync, no overlaps. I had my mic muted because I had to cough in between.
It's all good. Now we hear you though. You're still there. All good. All good. 10-minute bounties coming in as well. MSS gonna find some bounties for himself in the top area, and then Ocean forced to go back. Grim is TPing in. They're trying to go for Sammy Boy. The jump coming in from Quinn. The TP is already there though, and they get the Grimstroke ulti. Nobody to connect it onto. He was thinking about it there for a second. Sammy Boy, they get the jump onto Quinn. Quinn is still silenced up, tossed into the air, and blown up right away. And the damage is more than enough for them to get the job done. And we have an Orchid already on this Nature's Prophet. Really fast timing. Sammy Boy, not so lucky though. He will go down, and then the instant turnaround coming in from Lelis with the ultimate. Gets the stun onto Gunner. Getting hits from the Impetus Spears. Tried to block him with a tree, but it's not going to help him. He's just standing still and going to die all the way. And the swap from MSS keeps Lelis alive. The stun won't connect onto the Pangolier. And the swap from Ricky onto Venge, because that was so timely and so well played.
And that's not the Orchid reveal that Gunnar wanted out of that at all. Because, yeah, he does have it so early. It is nice and cheap right now, but he was just in too deep. That said, Quinn's momentum has also been stopped pretty decently. And the Phantom Lancer has to fear him now as well. He's going straight for the Manta style, but it will take a little while before he has that. And all that time now, Gunnar is going to be an actual threat to him.
I'm gonna have a little pause here as well. I'm gonna wait for Lelis to come back into the game. So we got the tiny blink coming up in 1,000 gold, so maybe 5-6 minutes potentially if the tiny keeps on snowballing from here. So Ocean and Husky can play together. They can hasten up the timing. Then they also need to go for the smoke with it and try and look for pickoffs. Do they want to keep hunting the Storm Spirit, or when do they start turning their attention towards this Phantom Lancer who's sitting on a 5-0 streak?
Right now, they honestly don't have the setup to go hunting for anything because they have been so focused on this top lane. They don't have vision anywhere else. So it would first be a vision mission, or otherwise, you know, I think they might actually give this top lane to Ocean now that Husky has a decent amount of levels up. He's got max as well, and he's ready to fight with the Bat Rider, for example. So could see Ocean just staying up there.
Well, by the looks of it, Monkeys Forever also a few hundred gold away from the Boots of Travel will be able to participate in fights, and always, of course, the Nature's Prophet with the Orchid. So that's definitely going to help as well when it comes to finding pickoffs and potential kills. Still working on the Kaya for the Storm Spirit, so we're going to see a Bloodstone, most likely. Built from that, Sammy Boy scouts movements, dodges the stun. It doesn't dodge the dust though. But they are too far away to follow up on him.
So many sentries here now.
We want to take away the potential of this Ricky, and instead of Sammy Boy actually farming on the Ricky, he's hunting for potential kills here to hasten up his progress towards the Diffusal Blade. I think honestly, Sammy Boy should just be farming and not looking for kills too much.
Yeah, he has the benefit right now that his enemies also want items before they do anything. So Quinn is really looking for the Kaya first. Costabile still not quite at the Manta style. And yeah, here's another smoke.
There's a sentry as well. They time it well. They might be able to jump on Sammy Boy. TPs are coming in. Yellow Illusions also around the area. There's the Centaur Conqueror. And SVG. Stun off the bat at least. A lot of damage coming in from the Pango too. Input a spear. Sammy Boy gets the jump on SVG. Pango looking for the ult, but Ocean gets the interruption at the same time. And look at that toss straight on top with the grip stroke. Ultimate double toss damage coming out as well. And at the same time, Gunner is just getting evaporated here in the backlines with the Nature's Prophet just falling to the Phantom Lancer. But soon it's only 2 heroes remaining. 4Zoomers. Can this PL actually turn this around all by himself pretty much? Because MSF throwing a stun onto the Ricky, being chased by Sammy Boy and Husky at 28 HP. He will go down. Monkeys Forever also very low on HP. Ricky will finally get the kill, but Costabile keeps on putting the pressure. Ricky dropping 80 HP, and there's no more vision. There's no more vision. Feels happy to TP away in this spot. Oh. But they can't kill the PL. At least the PL is turning it into their favor.
Yeah. He is... Well, he is really very farmed, and him getting several kills there definitely helps it. They're going for the Storm Spirit on top again, I think. Look at Ocean just waiting. Quinn thinks better of it.
With that death, he didn't even actually move anywhere net worth towards that Blink Dagger. So they're now sitting in top. They've got some unwanted guests. It's going to be Quinn and Lelis. Gunner hiding in the trees. Ocean revealing himself in the lane. And now the turnaround, the silence, the combo coming out. Can they blow up the Storm Spirit? The Orchid? No, it's not going to be enough. 200 HP gets out as well. Monkeys Forever. And hell no. Oh, hell no. It's Husky. And he denies the opportunity of an escape. And here we go with the Inkswell. Does get the stun. Connecting on two. The Pangolier low. And also the Phantom Lancer. And what an avalanche coming in as well from Ocean doing so much damage. 37 HP on this Costabile PL. And Monkeys wants to get the kill done. Wait, he just dodged them on the other direction, but they finally get him. 4 heroes gone, and MSS, the lone survivor, gets out. They missed the avalanche, but they win the fight. 4Zoomers turn it around.
See you later, nerds.
Yeah, MSS basically wasn't even in that. Gets one swap, that's all. And these swaps are so short range right now that these very big AoE stuns coming out from the Tiny and from the Grimstroke, he can't actually swap people out of them.
No, he can't.
Still hit.
I think the big important things here are as well that Ocean has been so on point on this Tiny. But right now, as soon as I say that, he ends up in trouble. But they're gonna find MSS. Ocean still goes down. The Impetus Spear is more enough to do damage. And now Lelis, I was thinking about it. He was thinking about it for a second, but he instantly cancels his ultimate. They see the opportunity is actually passed out. Going for Gunner. Silenced up by the Nature's Prophet. As soon as he arrives his destination, they find the Pango. The Grim ulti as well onto two. The Phantom Lancer can't get anywhere. They will lose Lelis. And Gunner with Quinn. SVG trying to help him out. They will take down the Nature's Prophet. Sammy Boy with a Ricky jumping onto SVG, doing a lot of damage with this Tricks of the Trade, but it's only hitting onto the Illusions. It's not even hitting the Enchantress at all. But they finally get to surround her and take her out. Definitely not for dinner, but to the graveyard. And so we have 2-1 as a trade for 4Zoomers. They end up losing their NP though.
I just love how Ocean keeps getting fights, baiting fights. He's working towards a Blink Dagger without getting a lane to farm in, and he's going to have a fast one too. It's just so nice to watch. The one with an actual Blink Dagger is Husky. That's why they stayed in the top lane. Husky gets to have the blink.
So wait, we have double blinks coming in for Zoomers. This is big. We already have one in Grim. Ocean is only 500 gold away from his. This is huge. This is literally huge. They have such a big advantage over Quincy Crew if they get those blinks and position themselves accordingly.
I suppose damage is not the problem right now.
Going straight for the Phantom Lancer too. The avalanche is there. Inkswell looking for the ultimate. They need to get the ulti first on someone else, but now looking for it. The silence is onto the PL. They got the Orga. They find the right one. Husky looking for it, but he doesn't have his ulti up cooldown yet. Sammy Boy dropping low, 500 HP. Lelis throws in a nice combo and tries to go for the jump out. Now they're going to follow the Ricky. They blow him up right away as they isolate him from the rest of the team. Lelis still goes for the chase. Monkey's Forever pops the Firefly, tries to get away. Lelis hits the wall, and there we go.
Turn
The fight
around.
turns around as well. Can they have the damage for it? Gunner, they turn around, they blow up Quinn, and they go for MSS as well. And Gunner trying to make his way out, and SVG dropping low. Monkey's Forever trying to move around nimbly from low ground to high ground, but he's forced to give away his life. And Zoomers are losing more than they came to take. A lot of
to get Quinn
brawling.
again. This man is not happy, but losing Sammy Boy there is very painful. That was his first big fight with the defusal blade, I believe. And instead he barely gets to hit anyone and gets blown up.
Oh, gets punished for it, definitely. That's not... Yeah, that's exactly not the first way he wanted to pull off that fight. Not sure if he already had it there when he we had the previous fight in the river where we got the smoke screen on the Pangolier, because it felt like he wasn't moving anywhere. Wasn't really looking. Did he have the diffusal blade up by then? Most likely did, but could have been also that he just finished it for this fight and now finally got to use it, but not to the best advantage. And also Husky had his ulti on cooldown for a long time there. He couldn't get to the PL right away, but once he did get it off, it did catch Quinn, and Quinn was a very big target for it.
Feels like once again Quincy Crew is getting away with a double core lineup. Well, I mean, Nature's Prophet counts, I guess, but it doesn't feel like the same scaling kind of core as a PL and a Storm Spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They only have a Ricky in that regard.
Ricky can be big, but
Playing up again. Very risky farming here. He's right on their sentry.
yeah, that's not the place to be. That is not the place to be. Very, I would say, like, overconfident. Quincy Crew needs to take those kills every time, and they do.
In Complexity, we had a saying. At least Miracle had a saying. For literally everything that happened or that he saw, he would go, "But why though?" And this was definitely a "but why though" moment.
This was definitely one of those. That rider might be in for a very ugly surprise. MSS, swap, stun, damaged up. Well, that's one way to sign your friend's death warrant.
Oh, all of those for me? Holy moly! We got a blink tiny.
Oh boy, this game is this is quite the something, I have to say.
It's messy, but that's in favor of this PL, who hasn't really had to come in quite a while now.
He's chilling, playing PvE. Got the kills that he needs, and once he gets that heart up, what you gonna do?
Not much. It's a bit of an old school build, though, gotta say.
Old school
Seen
fits
a
this
lot more.
situation pretty well. We've seen a lot of new things. I like something that works every time.
And it does.
And it does.
Art PL is... Oh, we're going high ground with this baby.
He's already got very high on his levels. Is a good thing. So if he gets that HP to back it up, he'll get his level 3 ultimate soon. Working on those big talents. Quincy Crew. Monkeys. Does he see him? Going to look for someone to focus on. Ocean finds the Pango. They might just be able to take the Pango down right away. The Grimshark ulti still being held on to for now. Sammy Boy dropping also very low. They finally get the ulti off from the Grim, and there's huge amounts of lag spikes. I don't even know what's happening anymore. One hero down from both teams. They also lose the Ricky at the middle of this entire chaos, and Gunner gets interrupted with the web from the Pangolier. Out of all things, canceling his teleport. And a 3-for-1 trade for Quincy Crew. It's starting to feel like a slideshow here and there. Oh, what a fight there again. Quincy Crew definitely are gaining more and more advantage over this game as this goes further on.
Yeah, and Gunner, even with the BKB on, just melts to the amount of physical damage that Quincy Crew is able to put out already. It's feeling rough, and like a lot of the credit for that goes to the Venge, actually. So much extra punching power. She's going to finish her Vlad soon. That's where it really kicks up.
Lelis also finished a Basher. So we have the Basher at least to work against almost every single hero on 4Zoomers lineup is like they're okay to get bashed, but at the same time, if they get the bashes out first, and that little piece of RNG from a long distance that is still a stun that allows Quincy Crew to start making things happen.
Yeah, and the important thing here is that he offers so much team fight control, and there isn't really any proper big AoE team fight on 4Zoomers. They don't have anything to throw in against Lelis, just running around, rolling around, making trouble. And it means that these 5v5s, they really have to get a pick off before. They have to catch Quincy Crew in a position where not everyone is there. And with how Quincy Crew has been playing before, they're so good at bringing the right amount of people to the fight. It's not going to happen.
Oh. 4Zoomers trying to find someone in the bot lane, and most likely looking for the Phantom Lancer, who's trying to teleport out. Ocean
So close.
didn't want to go for that blind play, and he will find an illusion to toss in the air with the avalanche combo. So that means that Costabile will be getting back to safety unharmed. Got the rest of the crew nearby, and I feel like Quincy Crew might actually know that they were up to something there. So Venge buys a smoke. They're going to go for a smoke play right after. And we are 1,300 gold away from the heart on this Phantom Lancer. And I think that is when 4Zoomers are going to hit difficulties.
Oh yes. Especially once they put in Aegis on that Storm Spirit as well. Then you can't go on either of these cores on Quincy Crew anymore.
Monkeys Forever trying to get some vision around. They've got the ward in the middle of the river, though. They won't be able to get anyone here. Have to back out. And maybe now is the time for the smoke, as they were preparing for that situation. Do they have that smoke ready? Yes, they do. They pop it off the courier. 4-man smoke. Quinn will reveal himself in the mid lane. And Quinn is there. Yes, Sammy Boy is very aggressive here. He's pinging the high ground position, and they want to take the fight right away. Then we'll go on SVG. They delete one hero right away. Grimstroke also in big trouble at the backline. Silence onto the Storm Spirit. He's still on the edge of that smoke screen, but they're coming to the protection. They finally get the Grimstroke ulti out. Gunner with the BKB buff. The damage might just be there, but the Storm Spirit gets out. They have the lasso. Lassoing too. Having the control as well. Quinn will die at the backline. MSS is also low. He will fall. Lelis too. Phantom Lancer goes down as well. 4 heroes gone from Quincy Crew. The 4Zoomers are still in. They're still fighting for their lives, and this was the fight to win.
And all they needed to make that happen was to just get a pick off first, and after that everything works. But if they go for the 5-on-5, they just don't have match every single time. And this is a huge turning point, because yeah, that PL wanted to have just the Reaver finished for that heart, and then you're going to get the Aegis, everything's okay, and instead they're going to take that away from him. It's further away from the heart. This Aegis is most likely going to be on Sammy Boy, although I gotta say they're not dealing very much damage to it.
Well, they will eventually get it, though.
Nobody can tank this rush. The Sammy Boy needs someone to tank it for him.
Yeah, they are dropping low, but they will still get it. Gunner takes the Aegis. And we have a Manta up for the Riki. He has the money for it. You have the double blinks.
If Quinn does a long ball in there, there's just 3 heroes kilo
Yep.
over dead.
That's what I was also thinking, that you can just go for a crazy jump and just snipe them all away.
Unfortunately for us, but luckily for the Zoomers, Quinn is a pretty conservative player nowadays.
How's that lucky for us?
That was not lucky for us. Lucky for the Zoomers. Unfortunate for us.
Ah.
Like, I would have liked to see some fireworks.
Oh, yeah, in that case. In that sense, definitely. We'll see if the Zoomers can make more plays happen. Quincy Crew holding on the high ground position. Ricky has been revealed. He's going to be the bait. They definitely know that they have friends behind them, plus the Aegis, so they don't necessarily want to fight this unless they can quickly blow up the Ricky and then quickly get out before 4Zoomers supports follow up. I mean, that's one way to do it. Lelis is in top. Gunner just going to deep push the top wave. NP ulti is out.
He's not joining yet. Just making it over to the bot wave. He has to be more careful in that top lane, definitely, because Lelis does have a clumsy net. He could definitely kill that Prophet.
Yep. Well, on the bright side, the packet loss is now gone. So no longer a semi-slideshow. Thank God for that.
Kind of hoping that that means... I don't know why I feel like that's connected, but that Yowar's internet's also back.
Yeah, you are poking my internet connection, even though we're on completely different coasts. Wynn reveals himself in mid. Sammy Boy goes for the silence, has the defusal plate. The swap save coming from MSS, and Ocean goes for the play. And there's the Grimstroke ulti, but that is not a good one. That is not a good one. Quincy Crew instantly backed away. It's still 70 seconds down. And MSS will be up before they have the Grimstroke ulti available again. Double Titan Slithers also drop.
Once again, just two really nice items at the same time. Of course, Titan Sliver got hit with the tiny nerf. I think it's 1% off of the everything. But especially the status resist is what we're looking at.
And we're looking at a
I always wonder like if it actually matters a 1% nerf.
Oh, monkeys. Monkeys.
Monkeys?
What's the D-port? He's just relentless on this ops ward. I'm gonna take it.
That's it too. Worth.
Totally worth. We have lads up on the tiny now too. More buffs coming in for the team. What I was about to mention before, we have a 3000 HP Phantom Lancer with a Paladin Sword. Try and fight against that. Bottom wave is pushed in, so this is where the Nature's Prophet gets really annoying because Gunner can teleport between lanes and then still TP into the fight to help out his teammates, deal out damage, but he can also play the rat game, which Quincy Crew, their answers are pretty much just Storm Spirit zip-zapping back or having one hero constantly sit in a lane. Now the smoke coming in from the Zoomers. Quincy Crew are outside the Roshan pit. Rosh is still down for quite a hefty time. There's still 1 minute left on the Aegis, and SVG is a target, a very prime target. Husky waiting for the ultimate to go off. Where is he going to use it? MSS silence stop. Second hero falling down as well. The flame break finding three. The Grimstroke double lasso. Monkeys. Husky gets that 2-man ulti, and Monkeys forever lassos them all together. The bola is connected. You have your feet tied up to each other's. And now Costabile trying to make it out, but it's not gonna be a PL surviving against 5 heroes. Zoomers with the team wipe.
How do they outplay every single time? I mean, it's their position is really fortunate there.
They don't have buybacks. Gunner's just gonna go straight up high ground.
Oh,
10 seconds for the Venge to be up. The SVG's Eng can do a bit of damage, but once they have the Venge, maybe when they have the Pango up, they can do something, but they don't have the time. They're just going to lose bot racks right away. Gunner was reading this whole situation about just going quickly into the bot lane. He's got his teammates to back him up as well. Melee racks down. Pango is only up now. And they're just sitting in the fountain discussing and wondering, what are we going to do? We can't do anything. They're going to lose bot racks. They're going to lose a mid-tier 2 tower. And 30 seconds for the Storm and the PL. What Zoomers want to do is force buybacks, but they don't know that Quincy Crew can't afford them. They will use the glyph. Still no buybacks. At this point, I think they're guessing that, hey, maybe they can't afford. They can just keep on going from here. Maybe get the tier 3 tower down.
You don't want to use them anymore at this point either. This is...
They're very close to getting it. Very close to getting it. It's still up for... Okay, there we go. The catapult. Cardi finishes the job. Now they're coming back alive. Sammy Boy goes for the jump onto SVG. Does a bit of damage there. They also take the Venge right away. Husky! Husky the man! That's it. That's GG. We're going to a game 5, ladies and gents. Unbelievable, but we get it anyway. What an ending.
How do they do it? How do they keep outplaying these lineups? I am just so impressed right now. Husky is an absolute god of Dota 2. That's amazing.
He has the most kills in the team as well.
I didn't even get to talk about like how that positioning was fortunate on the fight around the Roshan pit because they get both of the supports first, but you know, here they just do it full frontal. It's like, you know what? Come at us. The Aegis timed out. I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Sammy Boy just goes in. Man does not give two hoots.
Did Quincy Crew take the right approach here with the PL going big? They got him big, but I think it fell into their mistakes, right?
Like, does it? I mean, I'm still sort of reeling. Like the PL was supposed to be online. I think Quincy Crew felt the exact same way. He was supposed to be online.
That's what we all felt.
I'm going to have to watch this one back. Actually, this is just an amazing turn.
I think this is a very textbook tutorial for some people, how to play with Tiny Grimstroke and how to get things to work in your favor. Plus that high ground push was just absolutely great at the end, but Husky really made this game just look what it was at the end. 4Zoomers still continue to play as a team. They lost game 1, they tied it 1-1, they were down 2-1, they tie it 2-2. Kips, grand finals time, last game,
Yes.
best of 1. How do you feel?
I've been waiting for this the entire night.
We all have. Let's see what happens. We're going to take the last break of the tournament and see who is crowned champion, Quincy Crew or 4Zoomers.